If you want to know how to complete the week 6 challenges, go check out the rest of the video. Let me give you a full guide on the challenges of week 6. They will show up on Thursday, January 13 at 9 AM ET. Let's start with the first challenge. You need to travel 100 meters while flying around a tornado. So they've added these new weather effects recently to Fortnite, and there are 2 different storms you can bump into. One of them is a thunderstorm and the other one is a tornado. And in order to complete the challenge you have to find a tornado. And while recording this video it actually took me a while to see any tornado in the game. But when you do, make sure you get close to it before it disappears. Once you're inside or near the tornado you will start flying up, and now you have to travel 100 meters to complete the challenge. Keep flying around the tornado with or without your glider redeployed, and after a while you will get 25k XP. And I recommend to complete this challenge before January 17 at 9 AM ET, because that's when the tornado week ends. Because during this tornado week you have a higher % chance you'll encounter one of these tornadoes. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new weather effects. And for the second challenge you have to damage an opponent within 30 seconds of crouching in stealth grass. So we've already had one of these challenges with the stealth grass, so you might already know what it is. But for those who haven't completed it yet, it's a high grass in the area between the sanctuary and the daily bugle. You just have to damage an opponent once to complete the challenge. And I might have some tips and tricks to complete it a little bit faster, but I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work once the challenges come out. So when you're hiding inside the stealth grass you can actually see some of the NPC or those guards inside the location. So get any medium to long range weapon, crouch in the grass, look for the NPC and deal some damage to them. I expect it will count for the challenge, but if it doesn't, go into Team Rumble and you have to be a little bit lucky the zone ends near the sanctuary. But the most important part is that you have to crouch before you actually start your challenge. And if all this doesn't work, you could also decide to go into one of the regular game modes and hope some people will land around you. Let's move on to the third challenge, where you have to purchase a random item from a malfunctioning vending machine. And trust me, it took me a while to find one of them. So the normal vending machines have those blue screens on them and they show what's inside. But the malfunctioning machines have a red screen with a cross, and that's the one we need to find. So if you look at this map you can see all the vending machine locations on the island. So those are the weaponomatics or the vending machines. And I actually have a longer video on my channel that shows a route you can go to visit as many vending machines in a single match. And it took me more than 25 vending machines to find this one right here. It was at the south side of the Jonesies, it had a red screen, but because I was in a custom game I wasn't able to buy any object from it. So make sure you bring 100 gold with you or else you can't complete this challenge. And for challenge number 4 you need to destroy timber pine stumps. So last week we had to destroy timber pines, and this week we also have to destroy the stumps. So a very good location to go for this challenge is the forest area northeast of Camp Cuddle. I guess there are more than 20 timber pines right next to each other. But this time it's not enough to cut down the tree, you actually have to destroy the stumps. And after you've destroyed 3 of them you complete the challenge and get 25k XP. By the way, did you know that if you destroy a timber pine right next to an opponent, it will always fall towards your opponent? So if you see someone build a 1x1 next to one of these big trees, just shoot at the tree and it could deal a lot of damage to your opponent. Now let's move on to challenge number 5. You have to recover health by resting in a tent. So there are 2 ways to find a tent. You can be lucky finding it as loot on the ground, or you can go to one of those abandoned tent locations. When you rest in the tent you can't get any shields, but you can only get your normal HP. And in order to complete this challenge you have to recover further health by resting in a tent. So before you jump in there, make sure you get some fall damage or any other kind of damage, and you complete the challenge in just a few seconds. Building a ramp that's 4 stairs high should give you enough damage. Please note that these abandoned tents don't have a 100% spawn chance, but good places to go are Shifty Shafts, the Daily Bugle and Greasy Grove. And for the next challenge you have to mark an enemy player using a flare gun. So the flare gun is back into Fortnite and we already need to use it for one of the challenges. So that means we should have this gun till the end of the season. And you only have to mark a single player to complete the challenge and get 25k XP. Please note that you can't shoot the flare gun on the ground or at your enemy because it won't mark him. You have to shoot it in the air and after a few seconds it will mark the whole area around it. I think completing this in Team Rumble might be the easiest way to go. And the same story for the final challenge of week 6. You need to honk a car within 10 meters of an opponent. Okay, you can also do this in a regular game mode, but it will most likely get you killed. So I went into Team Rumble, found myself a truck near the end of the game, and I start driving around the area. And once I got close to one of my opponents, I start honking the horn. And what happened after was actually kind of funny, since I more or less made a friend with one of my random teammates. Oh, and by the way, every week there are 2 backup challenges in case one of the other challenges doesn't work. And normally I don't show them, but because there are so many new challenges with some new mechanics, they might have to scrap one of them. If they do, they will replace it with damage opponents with a pistol or deal headshot damage to opponents. And keep in mind, all these challenges are leaked, so they could always change it a little bit once they come out. Anyways, these were the challenges of week 6. And every Thursday I'm live to complete these challenges. Feel free to join the stream and hang out with the community. So leave a like if this video was useful, subscribe to my channel, make sure you turn on notifications so you won't miss a single video. My name is RutgerK, thanks for watching and I see you in the next video.